What's up, guys? I've got a treat for you here today because this is currently, at the time of uploading / recording this, nowhere else on YouTube. So this is the Monterrey Regional Championships. I really hope I pronounced that right. Monterrey. I don't know. That's 2 R's. I don't speak Spanish that good. Anyways, point is, this Regional Championships just happened today. It is currently Sunday. Good Sunday after Good Friday. Point is, Lord arose today. Happy Easter, everyone. But this regional championships did happen in Mexico, and there were 2 finalists, Riley Factora and Carson Confer, and I went ahead and pulled up their team sheets, at least what I hypothesize what they are, because the team sheets are not quite public. As you can see right here, there's no public info right now, so I'm trying to be quick with this so you guys can get this straight to the point. Riley's team is pulled from Atlanta, which I assume he probably didn't change much. The Terra Ghost, Maridon, he's played this since Worlds with Discharge, making a few changes since his Worlds team, but pretty much on the exact same build he's been on for the entire format. And Carson Confer is playing the same team that Aditya used for the Atlanta Regional Championships in 2025, which did just happen a week before. So he was able to carry this team, which got top 64 to finals, and I believe that Adit and Carson are in the exact same team building group, so that would make a lot of sense. He probably just caught him up on matchups and everything. But let's get into the actual video. However, before we do, if you are not in my Discord, guys, go ahead and join it. It's free. I'm doing a lot of stuff in there. I'm doing coachings on Friday. I'm trying to set everything up. You can find my premium offers. I have some free stuff for you. Incineroar guide. I just made that and just uploaded it, which initially I was selling for 30 bucks, but now it's free. So join the Discord. If you're not, what are you doing? Anyways, let's get right back into this. So we have Riley up against Carson. So in the team preview, obviously there's like the Maridon versus Koraidon, which is, you know, kind of funny because Scarlet, Violet. Anyways, that aside, as for the actual competitive breakdown, if I were to try my hand at this, the general interaction between Koraidon and Maridon is very interesting because Maridon is typically going to be slower than the Koraidon because Koraidon want to opt to go Jolly, especially this one because I believe this is a Life Orb. Not Life Orb, it is a loaded dice Koraidon, so I actually don't know if they want to go Adamant or Jolly, but I presume it's Jolly. Who knows? Typically, Koraidon go faster than Maridon because Maridon started going bulky, but also knowing Riley as a player does not like to lose to speed ties. He doesn't like to lose to any of that, so I wouldn't be too surprised if Riley was just modest, like max, like speed. I have no idea. But that being said, how I expect this to go is Whimsicott will probably be a key player for Riley here because it is the speed control essential on the team, and I think that Koraidon will probably be just a big potential damage trader / piece in this game. I think Protosynthesis spam is really cool, and it's especially well, I think it's just cool. That's it. I don't really know exactly how it's going to go out. It's my first time watching it, so I want to turn on my thinking cap and try my best to break this down. This turn 1 looks to be a Maridon Whimsicott up against a Fluttermane and Koraidon. Now, the layer 1 play is, I suppose, because this Maridon actually does not have access to Dazzling Gleam. It has Discharge, as we see. I suppose there is no Discharge, so there's no Terra being forced from Koraidon's end. Now, the question really is, does Koraidon go for a Protect or does it attack? That's the main layer 1, because technically you can Dazzling Gleam or you can Dragon Pulse into the Koraidon to knock it out one shot with your whatever it's called, Iron Quirk bonus in your Hard Run Drive or whatever it's called, Hard Run Engine. Yeah, Hadron Engine. Yeah, in the Maridon's Hadron Engine, basically you just get amplified special attack, and then you can theoretically kill with Dragon Pulse. So layer 1 is you just go for Tailwind plus get a kill on the Koraidon with some kind of attack. Layer 2 is Koraidon protects. That's basically the mind game here. Is Koraidon going to protect or is it going to attack? And you always click Tailwind on Whimsicott because you don't want to get outsped by this Fluttermane and just bopped in your existence. So we actually did see Riley lock into a Volt Switch there. So Riley going for the safer pivot, just knowing that the Fluttermane is less likely to protect than the Koraidon when you get a safe Volt Switch out, almost guaranteeing that you're going to protect your Maridon this turn. Now, the question is, what do you go into? Do you go into, I guess this is interesting, because now you get Volt Switched. Something's probably taking a Moonblast / Icy Wind in that slot, so you probably don't want to go into Iron Crown, because you could get bopped, but also you don't want to get bopped by a fighting move onto Incin. So the question is, if you think it's going to be like a Dragon type, like Scale Shot, go into Iron Crown, I suppose, but if you think it's going to be just like a Fire type move, you go into Incin. So Riley did opt to go into Incin. And let's see what exactly Carson went for here. So Icy Wind, that's to be expected. Is going to be a Flame Charge on the Whimsicott is my question here. Scale Shot. Okay, so technically speaking, I suppose the Iron Crown was the quote-unquote optimal choice there, but that's, you know, part of the mind game. It's like, this is a turn one. That's really hard to nail, even top players. Like, you know, you don't really have the insight at the moment to, you know, understand what it is. Sorry about that, guys. If it was tiny, it's big now. I'll have to add that in editing so you guys know it gets bigger. Yeah, sorry about that. It's big now. But yeah, now you have Fake Out Pressure. You can Encore on a Skill Shot's really cool because doing that ensures that your Ensign will not die, presumably, because it took under half in the last one. Although I didn't quite see if it was 4 attacks. 4, 5? Okay, 4. Yeah, it looks like it was 4 or 5 last time. And Ensign goes for the U-turn, knocking out the Flutter Mane. So Riley basically got up. He has 2 more turns of Tailwind. Now he can reposition into his Miraidon and potentially go for the board he's looking to get, which is an Iron Crown with Terra Ground next to Discharge Miraidon. I think that's Riley's whole strategy. I just realized that. I've never actually really seen his team operate, but this makes a lot of sense. Yeah, this is, I think, the board what he's trying to look for in most games. It's just trying to get this offensive Terra Ground, Discharge plus Terra Blast / like Tachyon Cutter board so you can just destroy like everything. But Brute Bonnet does come in, so that is 2 immunities to the Discharge. So maybe Discharge won't be clicked, but it also could be clicked. There's a fair amount kind of going on this turn. So Brute Bonnet coming in. Let's see its moveset really quick. So it's Spore, Seed Bomb, Taunt, Rage Powder. So it can't Spore, so that's an option eliminated. Taunt is not very active. Rage Powder is something it could do. Honestly, it's not really doing much this turn, but Koraidon's doing a lot. It probably wants to Rage Powder to protect the Koraidon, if I were to guess. Dragon Pulse is the only neutral move you can come to like click out here. But you could, I suppose he's looking to Volt Switch out, but this is interesting because I will admit, Carson did a great job of positioning this because even though Skill Shot's like locked in, Koraidon's in a great position to just start amping up some damage. Like that Skill Shot's definitely going on Miraidon. Also, not quite sure if you guys saw that. Miraidon is confirmed faster than the Koraidon. We just learned that based on that one interaction. But Koraidon is at -2 attack now and -3 defense. Now Koraidon will be faster than the Miraidon, so that should be noted. But Brute Bonnet's donezo. This Koraidon's still locked in a Scale Shot, and a Terra Ghost could theoretically come out here now from Miraidon to live the Scale Shot. Although you might just live, but Sun's up, so I have no idea. Chi-Yu's coming out. So these are the last 2. So we've kind of entered like the point of no return this game. This is like the final board both the players have. They both traded offensively in the early game and got themselves in this 2v2 situation of Chi-Yu plus Koraidon up against Miraidon and Iron Crown. Now Riley does have Tailwind. Sorry if you heard that. I had to sneeze. Who knows? Maybe I edited it out. Anyways, so it's Miraidon, Iron Crown up against Chi-Yu, Koraidon. Now, Riley outspeeds the Chi-Yu with both Pokemon, but Carson outspeeds the Miraidon and Iron Crown with Koraidon. So that's the speed order right now. This turn's going to come down to, like, who lands their attacks, basically. So the Terra Ghost we were talking about, like, that makes a lot of sense, honestly, because with Terra Ghost, you guaranteed survive the Scale Shot. So presumably, because it is a -2 attack Koraidon, if you Terra Ghost, you stop this Scale Shot from KOing anything on your board, and then you can Electro Drift into Chi-Yu, and then go for a Psychic into Koraidon because it is Encore locked. So this should actually be wraps for Riley. But of course, you know, maybe some funny multiple crits from Scale Shot come out. I think you probably need 3 crits with that. I don't even know if 3 crits. You probably need all 5. Like, honestly, that'd be a crazy attack because it's gonna do. I highly doubt this would even kill, and with the dragon form it might not, because I don't know how bulky Riley is. But let's see. Skill Shot for okay, so if it got 5 hits, it would have killed the dragon form, but it did not get 5 hits. So Chi-Yu is gone and Koraidon is gone as well. GG, well played. Okay, so Riley just swept that game basically. What I really like how Riley positioned that was the way he operated into that Iron Crown Miraidon board. That was really good. It was like basically being able to quickly like kind of maneuver that. And if you notice, he also had a turn of Tailwind. That turn of Tailwind was kind of clutch because the Chi-Yu is the choice scarf. So that would have actually outsped Miraidon if there was not a turn of Tailwind. So Miraidon being in Tailwind was kind of the like winning piece, getting those creating that -2 Koraidon board, really exploiting Intimidate because it's not clear Amulet, and I just love the way that was played, that was positioned. Riley really showing himself as a threat to be taken serious. So I think what Riley did really good was positioning Miraidon next to Iron Crown, threatening that discharge plus Terra ground, but saving the Terra for the right moment. That Terra Ghost ended up being clutch for that endgame. With the Terra Ghost, you were essentially able to guarantee a survival with that scale shot, and then it was basically an unlosable situation. So Riley did a great job at opening up in the early game, creating room for that endgame of the Iron Crown plus Miraidon. So you gotta imagine it's probably gonna go with something similar here, but we can only see. I wasn't actually focused and locked in as to what he actually locked in with, so it'll be kind of a surprise to me. I saw Iron Crown Miraidon. Now I saw it. Okay, so Whimsicott Ensign. This slows down the pace of the game just a tiny bit. In my eyes, I think Riley's Focus Sash, he could go for Tailwind U-turn and guarantee a great offensive board next turn. He could Moonblast. Whoa, that's a crazy read. He's hard calling the no Terra. Okay, this is actually kind of safe, I'm not gonna lie. The basic logic is like you're soft because Fluttermane cannot get a kill on this turn because it's an AV Ensign and it's a Focus Sash Whimsicott. So by double tapping the Koraidon, you're essentially just trying to go for a Gambit where you can get a KO the restricted turn 1, punish your opponent for overthinking, overextending. But Carson did go into Chi-Yu. Okay, Moonblast, breaking the Whimsicott down to Sash. Well, now Whimsicott's going to go for Tailwind. Carson was kind of trying to stall Tailwind there, I think. I did nothing. Okay, because lowered special attack. So now he's going to protect U-turn. Very safe play. Riley's playing this really good. Riley's just playing Instant properly. The question is, do you turn the Fluttermane or the Chi-Yu? Is the real question, because if you turn Fluttermane, it's higher risk, higher reward, right? You break the Focus Sash, or you go to Chi-Yu because it's guaranteed. That's the real question, right? That's the only thing Riley's got to think about, because it's guaranteed. And Riley goes for the guaranteed U-turn, so opting not to break the Sash. Gets double targeted, but it's AV Instant. You're not killing that with anything. Yeah, that's AV Instant. So now it's -2 Chi-Yu. Instant took a lot of damage, but doesn't Miraidon just come in? And you can Tailwind Discharge, perhaps. Yeah, or you could Electric Drift. No, you can't do that. Wait a minute. You have to go for Volt Switch on the Chi-Yu, don't you? Yeah, you have to Volt Switch Chi-Yu and Tailwind. Oh, I guess you could Volt Switch the Fluttermane. Breaking the Sash. Okay. I see what Riley's doing. He's trying to break the Sash on the Fluttermane. Calling a switch out on Chi-Yu. Okay, that was huge. Huge call here. Huge. This is a soft call out. It's just that's not like a crazy read. It's just like which path you want to go in, because it was a -2 Chi-Yu. Now there was a technical play where Carson could have gone for the overheat, predicting the Volt Switch, and could have knocked out the Iron Crown in the switch in. But of course, that's a read. It's like that's just hard calling that exact play. -2 definitely would have picked it up for sure. By the way, because it's Chi-Yu broken. But we'd not see that come out. So we actually saw a switch to Brute Bonnet. Riley really capitalizing on the defensive play from Carson there, trying to avoid the attack. Now, in Carson's defense, that could have been a Volt Switch onto that slot as well. Could have been a Volt Switch onto the Chi-Yu to just quickly get a kill, and Carson was just trying to make a push. He was trying to make an offensive play. The only question is, now do you want to Iron Crown or Instant? So we actually saw Iron Crown there. Yeah, I think this makes more sense, because even though you're going to be -1 speed, you just got up Tailwind, you're going to free switch to Miraidon, and you get to create that exact board we were talking about once again with the Miraidon next to the Iron Crown. So this might be able to just like clean out this game with just Discharge now. Discharge plus, it depends how much Tachyon Cutter does to this Brute Bonnet. That might not actually kill it, unless he just knows something. Okay, he thinks it does kill it. I mean, Riley knows his team better than me, but if you do go for this should lock up the game. If you get this kill on Brute Bonnet, Riley's going for game right now, because you guaranteed knock out this Fluttermane, get 1 damage off on that, and you deal with the ally, and then you're able to double tap the ally with this Tachyon Cutter. So if this does get the knockout, it's guaranteed over. Even if it doesn't, it's not even terrible, but let's actually see how this plays out. So Discharge coming out, that's about like 40, and that's a roll, and it does get it, and now that is the game. So congratulations, Riley Factora. You would appear to be our champion, because there is absolutely zero chance you can now get out of this board, because Tailwind is up for the next 2 turns. You go ahead and Psychic into the Koraidon and click Discharge once again, and there's no stopping this pin. Riley really got himself to a great position. Yeah, that's... Wow, yeah, Riley, but yeah, there can be a Protect, but that's going to get discharged. Yeah, Protect, that's not going to be enough. Maybe Carson's trying to set up double Protects. He's trying to go for a double Protect to stall out the... Okay, if Carson does actually double Protect, although Sun did just expire, that's going to be tough, because then you can Protect, switch out of Miraidon, get your Quark Dive again. Nah, this is everything. It's donezo. Even if he double Protects, it's fine, because you can switch out of Miraidon, because there's still an Instant and 1 HP in the back. Yeah, let's see. Does he get the double? No double, no dice. That's done. Good game. Well played, Carson. Congratulations to Riley Factora on winning the regional. I hope you guys enjoyed this. That's all I got for you. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out. Goodbye.